1970 is often considered the peak year for the first generation of muscle cars, as the power numbers reach their highest just as the emissions regulations, fuel changes, and insurance premiums clamped down on the fun for 1971. Chevrolet was a huge player in these muscle car wars for 1970, and they offered the iconic 1970 Chevelle in a variety of performance big block configurations to satisfy lead-footed performance fanatics everywhere. And today, we're taking a look at some of the top Chevelle offerings for 1970 from the Brothers Collection. It's hard not to envision a bright red 1970 Chevelle when you hear the words muscle car. If there ever was a poster child muscle car, this one's probably it. Boasting the high compression 454 cubic inch LS6 V-8. These were capable of low 13s and 108.25 mile on the stock tires. The 11.25-to-1 compression 454 produces a beastly 500 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM and an advertised 450 horsepower. The LS6 454 V8 utilized a Holley carburetor and an aluminum intake manifold over the solid lifter camshaft and 1.7 ratio rocker arms. This one uses the Muncie M22 4-speed manual transmission and a heavy-duty clutch to stay up to speed with the LS6, and a 12-bolt rear axle housing stuffed with 410 gears and a positive traction differential to keep both wheels turning and the car pointing straight down the street, or strip, when it's time to stop messing around. You can learn more about this car in episode 219 of Muscle Car of the Week. If you were to go buy a brand new 1970 Chevelle SS, what options would you choose? How about starting with an LS6 454 and adding a convertible top? This is a super clean 1970 Chevelle SS 454 with the 450 horsepower LS6 backed by a Muncie M22 4-speed transmission, an awesome ride capable of burning through the first 3 gears while wind blowing your hair at the same time. This hot 70 SS is featured in episode 44 of Muscle Car of the Week. And while we're talking about 1970 LS6 cars, we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on perhaps the lowest mile example remaining in the world. This cranberry red 454 automatic car showing a mere 34.2 miles on the odometer. It has been called the highest horsepower and lowest mileage muscle car left in the world. And you can watch episode number 8 of Muscle Car of the Week to learn all about this car and how it survived in as-new condition all these years. And finally, for those who didn't want to spring for the big LS6 454, Chevrolet offered a slightly smaller big block version called the SS 396. And this one is wearing some great features, ranging from the 350 horsepower 396 under the hood, sport suspension, and the SS appearance package, to the bucket seats, tilt wheel, air conditioning, and power convertible top. While not quite as quick as the 454 cars, the SS 396s certainly held their own on city streets. We also like this one because it's a survivor, a fairly low mileage car with original paint and equipment still installed. It's one of the many unique Chevelles in the Brothers Collection, profiled in depth in episode 128 of Muscle Car of the Week. We hope you liked our little visit to the Chevelle showroom in the Brothers Collection. We're happy to share these cars with you, so make sure you subscribe to see what we bring out next time on Muscle Car of the Week.